means population was considered to be in majority in favor of maintaining the death penalty. It's very useful for politicians to use opinion surveys. But the President Mitterrand, who had been just elected, had put the abolition at top of his program. And he was helped by another statesman, Robert Badinter, who was a lawyer at that time, and who had himself assisted the convicted to the death penalty. So he knew exactly what it was. And they decided to go against opinion surveys, against this majoritarian trend of the population, and they did it. And they convinced even people from the MPs from the right to vote it.
After, say, you said 36 years ago.
Exactly 30 years ago.
Then now, looking back, if you were right or not, was it exactly the result you wanted?
I think so. I would say...
Because our concern is if with this abolishment, we may encourage or silently, not discourage, silently encourage the criminal acts. Don't you think?
I would say it has confirmed the death penalty is useless.
Useless?
Is useless. Of course, it will change nothing in the, would say, the law, the small criminality, little thieves, but it would say in blood criminality, it has not raised. It has decreased.
Oh, is it? And how many countries have adopted that system of cancellation of death penalty?
Cancellation? All European countries, all Latin American countries, a big part of the African countries. The biggest percentage of countries maintaining the death penalty is in Asia.
In Asia?
Yes. 40% of it.
Why is that?
I don't think it's because of Buddhism, because Buddhism defends life, yes, including that of the animals. So it's not Buddhism. Maybe more Confucianism. And, I have no idea. I have just questions.
Okay. From tomorrow, there will be G20 meeting in Seoul. All presidents come, etc., and your country is going to take over the presidency. Do you know if there is a particular things, because it's such a not easy time with the currency, with the crisis, and so many other programs to complete?
Sure, there will be. I would say I would not comment what will happen in Seoul, what will be the outcome. We shall leave that to the common politicians and journalists who are all around the chief of states and governments who will gather in Seoul. What I can tell you is what will be the program of the French presidency when it will be taken over after the Korean presidency. It was, of course, a program of continuity because everybody is satisfied with the Korean presidency. Our president, who takes very seriously this presidency and the other one, because France will have the presidency of the G7 as well as the G20. And I can give you the lines of it because it's, I would say, that it remains, it's very relevant with what's happening nowadays. Reform of the monetary system, to reduce the volatility of commodity markets, transparency measures, a deeper dialogue between producers and consumers in order to limit fluctuations in energy prices. This is very relevant for Mongolia, because Mongolia is has a future. Maybe it will not be only an exporter of raw materials. I know that your government wants them to be added with another value, And the third point was global governance, innovative financing to combat poverty, to foster education, to resolve planet's health pandemics, for example.
Well, out of these issues you have highlighted about the currency issue, and now our money is appreciated, getting appreciated.
Congratulations.
Well, Chinese are fighting for not having that much appreciated. What do you think of the future of this money, Mongolian money, in the near future?
I think that when a country currency gets better and better, harder and harder, it can be a good news. The bad news is when it's losing competitivity. What happened to the euro, for example? You know that it's hard to sell planes, for example, when the dollar is very low.
Yes.
Because these prices are calculated in dollars, and we produce in euros and we sell in dollars. It's not exactly what we want. Also.
In a way, same with Japanese.
So maybe Mongolian problem is the same problem as the euro problem.
Well, we wish we have the same problem selling planes or something like very highly sophisticated products. And, today we do not much export value-added products, which is some minings, as you know, some very initial processed Kashmir, and our politicians talk a lot, but I don't see major changes in Mongolian export yet. Do we have a trade agreement with France, and in between France and Mongolia?
I don't think so. But I'm not sure that it's
not
required. No, because now your partner is not France, it's Europe. And there will be soon now what we call a PCA, a Partnership and Cooperation Agreement with Europe.
We have an agreement with Europe exempting tax for goods coming from Mongolia.
Yeah, the SPG Plus. That's a very good agreement.
Yeah, but if it is done anything on that agreement, what kind of things were exported from Mongolia and exempted from tax? Are you aware of any?
I suppose the Kashmir, textiles.
Well, I suppose two.
Yeah.
But there were a tremendous long list of products that can be exempted. I think we are underusing it, this opportunity.
It's up to Mongolian industry to have new products.
All right. How do you see the future relations of Mongolia with Europe?
I'm sure that after this PCA, which should be signed in December in Brussels, I would say also Mongolia has a very good initiative, or I would say more than initiative, is a request, is to access to European standards. And I think we are very close to each other. So I don't question the future. I question just how long will it take.
How long it will take. Thank you very much. In terms of standard, I think this is one of the very few good news from the recent period in the country, where instead of trying and doing many mistakes, we just are taking this European standards. And I'm so glad that you highlighted this one in particular. And well, I hope, as you do, the relations will go very well, and it will be reflected in the increasing living standard of Mongolians, in the way we produce, in the way we govern, in the way the city is run, in the way all public property is run. That's why I would like to thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us tonight. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I'll work for it. Not only hope, but work for it.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Thank you.
Thank you.